in 2009, Michelle Obama made it to all kinds of international tabloid headlines and front covers with this picture. So I want to ask you, what is wrong in the picture? Michelle Obama is touching Queen Elizabeth, which is considered a cultural faux pas. The story is a powerful illustration on how understanding both verbal and nonverbal aspects of intercultural communication can save a lot of embarrassment. And that is one of the topics of Chapter 1, Foundations of Intercultural Communication, on your textbook. The textbook also lists many other reasons, in fact, 15, on why you would benefit from studying intercultural communication. The definition from your textbook states that culture are learned beliefs, values, attitudes, and behaviors that bind a group of people together. Keyword here is learned. So contrary to some perceptions, culture has nothing to do with your DNA. We are socialized into culture. We learn culture from 3 primary socializing agents that we name deep structure institutions. Family, so that's your primarily socializing agent for culture. Church, or morality in general. And then state, which oftentimes happens through education. From this idea of culture comes the term dominant culture, which is not to be mixed up with majority, even though more often than not, you hear the term majority in the media. Dominant culture is the group that exercises the greatest influence on beliefs, perceptions, customs, and communications patterns of a culture. So focus here on greatest influence. It's not the numerical majority. Here's a vintage ad for Band-Aid that says, "New Band-Aid sheer strip. Clear plastic with flesh tone pattern that practically disappears on your skin." So here's an example of this idea of dominant culture, right? It's the default way of thinking, the culture that has the greatest influence and becomes the default way of thinking. A few years ago, Oprah magazine had this photo essay competition, and the winner of this photo essay competition was Chris Book, who created this photo essay that's brilliant to discuss racism in America. Along with this idea of dominant culture comes the term co-culture. So co-culture is an interdependent and equal cultural group that exists alongside of a dominant co-culture. I love this series of posters of We the People. We actually have them featured at the Grace Van Dyke Library at Bakersfield College because they exemplify different co-cultures in America. To wrap it up, here are some of the functions of culture in general for you to think about. Culture is a form of social glue. It allows us to be part of something, to belong. It gives us patterns and therefore meanings. That's it for today.